evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the CTV Bowl. Featured teams playing for this championship are the Vincent Massey Vikings and the Oak Park Raiders. At this time, I'd like to announce the starting lineup for the defense for Oak Park and Vincent Massey's offense, and I'd like to ask the named players to come out on the 40-yard line and the rest of the team to stay in front of the bench as we get ready for the Here is the starting defense for the Oak Park Raiders.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LRSDTV presentation of the Winnipeg High School Football League Bowl action from Investor Group Field in 2017. My name is Brian Cameron and I'm with Greg Kiesman, and we thank you for joining us tonight. You're joining us for the 5 o'clock game between Vincent Massey Vikings of Brandon and the Oak Park Raiders of Winnipeg for the 2017 CTV Bowl, and we're looking forward to a great game tonight, Greg.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a great game. This is the championship game for the Vidric division game, or Vidric division league in the Winnipeg High School Football League.
We'd like to congratulate, of course, you can't get this far without the coaches from each of the two teams. Chad McKay from Oak Park Raiders has done a great job. Didn't have a great record during the regular season. Was winless up until the playoffs, but managed to get themselves here. And of course from Vincent Massey, Mike Steves, who's done an excellent job of getting his team ready to be here. So we're looking forward to a great game. So in the meantime, just before the game started at the press conference earlier.
Coach, what do you expect from your opponent in your upcoming championship game?
They're a pretty big team. They're pretty tough. They're just going to come straight ahead and try and smash us as much as they can.
What is your philosophy on discipline here? I know it's a lot of excitement surrounding the championship game. How do you keep your boys in line and keep them focused?
Well, we're just mentioning what the goal is all the time, right? And we're happy to be practicing, and we're going to use that time. We can't waste any time. You kind of hear it all over. Like this is still a job for us, right? We're on a business trip. That's our focus right now, and the guys are buying into that.
And can you talk on your strategy a little bit? What you're going to bring to your opponent?
These two teams are very similar. We struggled early in the year. We found ourselves, and it's very much like the Vincent Massey Vikings. We're going to be straight ahead. We're going to come right at you. We don't disguise a whole lot. We're going to use our size and our speed and just come after you.
Are there any strengths you found in your team that are going to help you achieve a win in your upcoming game?
Yeah, our running backs and our linebackers have been huge this year. We actually switched one of our linebackers to running back, and he comes with that intensity, right? Like I mentioned, we're just going to come right at you. He's not easy to tackle. He's not going to go down easy. And on the other side of the ball, our linebackers are very aggressive, and that's what we're going to use to win.
All right, thank you for your time today, Coach, and I wish you some good luck.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Okay, so we had a great interview with Coach Chad McKay from Oak Park, but of course, Coach Mike Steves from Vincent Massey had his own perspective on the game. We look forward to talking to him at the press conference earlier this week too. And so our student reporter had a chance to speak with him, and here's Mike Steves.
I'm here now with the head coach of the Vincent Massey Vikings, Mike. Mike, what do you expect from your opponent?
You know, they're a big, powerful team. You know, I can imagine they're going to beat us up a little bit. I think they're a running team, and we're going to expect to get, you know, it's going to be a big battle on the line.
What is your philosophy on discipline here for this upcoming game?
Early on in the season, we had some trouble with penalties. You know, we just got to be smart, you know, before, during the play, and after. We just got to control our emotions and play the game.
How have your last few games gone? What's something you've learned in your last couple of games?
You know, both games have been extremely tight, and we're a pretty young team, and I think it was where we kind of found ourselves. We found that even in those low moments during a game that we can fight through it and continue to be competitive.
Speak on your game strategy here.
You know what, we got a couple of young guys who are big and powerful, and again, I think with our opponent Oak Park, it's going to be some big guys, and it's going to be a lot of pushing people around, and it's going to be one in the trenches.
All right, well, I thank you for your time today, Coach, and good luck.
Thanks very much.
So we are just down anticipating the coin toss, and so we're looking forward to an interesting game. I guess you know, when you look at it from the perspective that Oak Park really struggled at the start of the season, and in fact it was winless right up until the playoffs, and but managed to squeak their way in here. And you know, I'm sure they want to make a statement that they were a better team than their record showed, Greg.
Yeah, obviously with Oak Park, they have they're a rich tradition in football in the Winnipeg High School Football League. They've won numerous championships. They've had a lot of players that go on to CIS football and whatnot, and pros. So that rich tradition means that there's a lot of pressure on the kids. And I know that their season didn't turn out as good as what they had hoped, but you know what? They're here today. They're able to compete for a championship, and I expect only the best out of Oak Park. As far as Vincent Massey is concerned, they had a decent year in their conference, and I think they're pretty excited. A lot of the kids from Brandon coming in 2 hours are really excited to play in the Friday Night Lights kind of thing underneath in the big Investors Group Stadium. So I'm looking for an exciting game from them. As Coach Stevens, I'm going to echo what he just said. I think this game is going to be won and lost in the trenches. And looking down at the teams, they have some really good-sized old linemen and D linemen. So I'm looking forward to that battle.
And when we look at the statistical numbers from what we can see, it is clear that they both are depending upon their running game much more so than their receiving game. So, as you said, the trenches is probably where this is going to be won, because we'll see the ball on the ground a lot. So that being said, Oak Park will be kicking off to Brandon, so they will Vincent Massey Brandon, so they will receive the ball to start off the game today. As we begin, we're just over 30 seconds away from the kickoff for the 2017 CTV Bowl from the Winnipeg High School Football League, and we thank you for joining us. And so Oak Park is in dark blue. They're on our left-hand side, and Vincent Massey's in white. They're on our right. Temperature today is -11 with probably a wind chill of minus a cajillion, it feels like. About a year ago, we were +18, so huge difference in 1 year. And here we go, folks. Kicked off on the play by number 2 from Oak Park, Presley Solar McKay, and this is actually the second time we've got an opportunity to watch Oak Park play, so we're a little familiar with the team, much more so than Brandon. So caught on the play and fielded at about the 30-yard line and brought up to about the 36 to start off with. Taken by, it appears, number 11 from Vincent Massey. And a good job by number 7 from Oak Park, Cameron Graham, hustling down on that opening kickoff. Obviously, he's pretty excited to hustle downfield and make the first tackle. So good job on by Graham on that one. So taken on the play by number 11, Karen Veer Gill. And so Brandon will line up behind quarterback Carter Pringle, who will hold the ball and try to find something up the middle, but is taken pretty quickly, but still will gain about 5-6 yards on the play.
Boy, that play just illustrates the power behind Vincent Massey O-line. They had the right guard and tackle pull and that good old counter tray action going on. So gain of about 5 yards here. So good job opening play for Vincent Massey.
Another play right up the middle, and we'll see number 12 from Vincent Massey, who will take it up and get about 3-4 yards, but enough for a full first down on the play.
So good job by Vincent Massey. 2 plays, first down. 2 nice hard run plays converted for a first down here.
So Pringle continues and start right on center. And again, we'll hand off and going inside and caught almost right away on the for little to no gain on the play.
Yeah, nice job by Oak Park defense there. Looks like number 57. John Sneesby on the tackle there. Oak Park is lining up with 3 down linemen and 2 stand-up defensive ends. Interesting, they're obviously here to stop the run.
So this time taken on the play and finding room right up the middle is number 12 from Vincent Massey.
Jaden Engel on that run play. Great job, 2nd down and long, and they ran a play right up the middle against that good, strong defense, and excellent play by Engel, and obviously the Brandon Vincent Massey O-line.
All right, so when we talked to the coaches earlier before the game started, we got some indication from some of them as some of the players that we needed to watch, and starting off with number 2 from Vincent Massey, and that would be Darian Steed, and Darian had a decent season this year. Playing at slot back, and followed by number 12 Jaden Engel, who we just saw take the ball up right up the middle, and for a nice long first down on the play, we just noticed that we got an injury, and that would be followed again by number 12, who looks like he plays both sides of the ball, Jaden Engel, and he's also only in grade 10, Greg. He's one of the captains on the team. Also looking at number 26 Zane Anderson, who plays defensive end primarily. And we're followed by number 65 Gavin Reed. And Gavin along with one of his colleagues on the line are one of the on the Manitoba provincial team, only in grade 11, which looks good for Vincent Massey for the future. And finished by number 69 Robin Roberts, who also one of the captains, also only in grade 11. Both key features to the Vincent Massey defensive line. So looking forward to seeing them play today.
So that was just a 1st and 10 play run by Vincent Massey. Number 14 from Oak Park, Eric Riviera Ospina, came up and made a fantastic tackle to limit that gain to 1 yard.
So another move outside, and this time he will cut and find some room to the left side and tackled eventually at the play at number 20. And again, Jaden Engel is finding some room right up the middle. Great job by his offensive line to get some upfront blocking and make some room for Vincent Massey to move the ball already, Greg.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at how quick this running back is and able to control his cuts and stuff like that. He just looks like a really dominant player for Vincent Massey.
Pringle continues on the channel, handoff and getting a little bit of room, and the ball continues to move, not tackled yet.
Well, that's one of the plays where the first guy will hold up the running back, the defensive guy, first guy will hold him up, second guy tries to rip it out, right? So trying to get as many turnovers as possible. So the positive of that is you get a turnover, and the negative is if you don't get a turnover, they're going to gain more yards because you're not tackling the legs.
Running the play that time by number 19, Joel Hardy. The first time we've called his name today. And this time, quarterback at number 2, Greg.
Darian Steed. Looks like it was a little bit of a broken play there. I thought Steed was trying to hand the ball off there, but there was no running back. So I'm wondering if somebody went in the wrong direction. So they lost about 3-4 yards there.
So that makes it 3rd and 5.
Looks like they're going for it.
Does not appear to be sending out a field goal kicker. So again, Darian Steed goes underneath center, and he is looking back, and he will drop back to pass, and he'll throw it to the right side of the end zone. Oh, falling down, and flag on the play.
Looks like they're going to call defensive pass interference here on number 8.
Number 8 from Oak Park.
Charlie Ringland.
Charlie Ringland, who's also listed as being the quarterback today. And I'm not sure Charlie actually knew where the ball was, Greg.
Yeah, I don't even know if that was catchable, Brian. It was one of those ones where you just kind of scratch your head and go, well, I don't know what they're calling here.
Yeah, I don't know what they saw.
Pass interference charged against the Raiders.
Vincent Massey.
1st and goal.
Ball on the 1-yard line. There and see what had outside. Going right up the middle is number 19, Joel Hardy, who will open the scoring in the 2017 CTV Bowl. So Vincent Massey is up 6-0 with 6:56 left in the first quarter, and with almost half of the first quarter gone already, we still haven't seen the Oak Park offense even out.
Yeah, great start of the game for Vincent Massey. Obviously controlling the ball. Best defense is a good offense that can keep the ball moving. So good for Vincent Massey. I guess that was about a 60, 70-yard offensive series for a touchdown.
Point after's up, and it is good. So again, 6:56 left in the first quarter. Vincent Massey takes the lead with 7-0.
Well, we'll get our first look at Oak Park offense, and like Coach McKay was saying earlier, that they're predominantly a run team, and obviously they're going to lean heavy on their O-line to get off the ball and make some great blocks. And again, we haven't seen Vincent Massey yet this year, so I'm excited to see what their defense has to offer. If they're anything like their offense, I think they'll be pretty darn good.
So starting off with one of the things that we learned is that the young Thomas Hubbard will be starting at quarterback today. Apparently Charlie Ringland will be in his place, and we were looking forward to seeing Thomas, a young grade 10 student playing at this level of ball, but unfortunately he won't be starting, but we look forward to see how Charlie does. Good kick, and to be fielded about the 20-yard line. Taken by number 21 from Oak Park, who will find some room up to the middle left. Taken down, middle right. Gets up to about the 35-yard line. Ivan Mugisha on the return there. Nice job by Mugisha to hold on to that football and make some positive yards. He took quite a lick there by number 12, Jaden Engel, who's also a running back for Vincent Massey. So Ivan is listed on as also playing for Team Manitoba basketball, Greg. Well, Oak Park has a very strong basketball program there too. Okay, so Ringland hands off and finding lots of room right up the middle with some good blocking right off the bat for Oak Park is number 14, Eric Rivera. Boy, he could have drove a bus through that hole. And he made good use of it. A gain of about 20 yards on the play. Well executed blocking. They had hat on hat, so positive yards for that first play for Oak Park. And Oak Park's not given Vincent Massey much time to set up. They're good to go already. And Ringland will hand off and going to the right side, finding a bit of room. There's number 14, Eric Rivera again. So 2 good runs to start off with, and it will be another first down getting up to the 50-yard line, or just inside the 50-yard line of Vincent Massey. 2 plays, 2 first downs. Great start for the Oak Park offense. Of course, we wanted to take a look at some of the players from Oak Park, and starting right off the bat is quarterback number 8, Charlie Ringland, who had a good season this year although he didn't play as much quarterback, 7 attempts, 4 completions for 7 attempts, but mostly playing from the rushing position, followed by number 10, Owen Gilbert, a linebacker, and for him, 28 tackles this year, so a big part of the Oak Park offense. And sorry, as I cut down to the field level, nice run and nice play by number 17 to open it. So Oak Park will score right back again.
Benjamin Boyko for Oak Park with a touchdown catch. Wonderful catch and throw.
So Oak Park gets themselves back into the game right away. It says, you know, you're gonna do that to us. We're gonna go right back at you. So with 4:52, less than 2 minutes after Vincent Massey scores against them.
And great timing for our player profiles here.
Yeah. So, and who just scores it? But Ben Boyko, and he's the next on our list. And Ben also had a great season.
Convert's good.
So as we saw, he's contributed to the game right away, and then finished with number 24 from Oak Park, Tristan Lawrence Richards. And I remember when we covered the game earlier this year, we were calling his name on a fairly regular basis. And you know, 35 carries for 121 yards, and a big contributor to the Oak Park team. So those are some of the key players that we're going to be watching today.
Well, in less than a minute, Oak Park is able to get on the board here. So this is pretty exciting football, with considering the cold conditions and stuff like that. Looking forward to a high-scoring game.
This could be a shootout. Presley Solar McKay will kick off. 4:52 left in the first quarter, and lots of football, and we've seen lots of action already. So fielded on the play at about the 30-yard line, cutting up the middle and finding a bit of room and getting all the way up to about the 44-yard line. And it looks like number 10 from Vincent Massey. And that would be Peyton Teniaki.
There's a penalty on the play here. They're calling offside on the kickoff against Oak Park.
Oak Park has declined the penalty, so
First and 10 where the ball currently sits.
So Vincent Massey will take for a second offense from the their own 44-yard line. And again, number 2, Darian Steed, continues to work at quarterback, and we have not seen number 27, Carter Pringle, yet. At
26 with the ball, Zane Anderson on the carry.
So only a gain of about 2-3 on the play, so 2nd and 7. Finding lots of room right up the middle is for the first down and more again is number 26, Zane Anderson from Vincent Massey. Lots of room up the middle that time, Greg.
Well executed counter on that play. Again, they pull the left guard and tackle. We'll see on the replay here. Sorry, right guard and tackle, and they kick out and everybody blocks down. So great job by that O-line. And obviously first down for Vincent Massey.
We are definitely seeing the O-lines dominating this game so far. Flag on the play almost right away. Going right up the middle and not a lot of room this time. Steed hands off the ball to, it appears to be
Looked like
number 19, Joel Hardy again. But he's not going to get much on the play. And they're calling offside against Oak Park, and I assume they're going to take that penalty and make it 1st and 5.
Offside.
So 1st and 5 on this play now.
So Vincent Massey continues from the Oak Park 46-yard line, and we get a ball. One of the referees blowing the ball dead.
I think somebody might have
tapped the ball
a little bit when they broke the huddle. When it's this cold, who knows, maybe the ball will deflate or something along those lines too.
Balls don't deflate in football, do they, Mr. Keesman?
I've seen it happen. Shotgun.
Oh. So this time fumble on the play. And it will be recovered by Oak Park, who will take over about the midfield stripe. Missed exchange on the play by the quarterback, Darian Steed, and unfortunately for Vincent Massey, they will have the game's first turnover, and Oak Park will take over from their own 54-yard line.
Grayson Wright, number 99, Johnny on the spot to recover that. I was kind of waiting to see if he's going to scoop and try to score on that one, but you know, it's probably a smart move just to jump on it. So first turnover of the game just occurred now.
Ringland lines up under center, and he will hand off again to one of the favorite targets for Oak Park, Eric Rivera. But he will not get much. In fact, I think we'll have a little bit of a loss of about a yard, so 2nd and 11.
Nice job by number 10, Tenyaka, come up and fill that hole. A little bit of a replay here. Back to live action though.
Ringland lines up 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Again, he will hand off to Rivera, who will find some room up the middle. Great blocking for Rivera to make something happen there. We'll get the 11 yards and a little bit more should have enough for a first down from what I'm seeing here. Well, they're actually marking it pretty close, maybe even just a little short. He was actually tackled a little short of it. So
same type of play that Vince Massey runs. That's that counter where they pull the guard and tackle. So both teams are familiar with this, and they know it can get big yardage for their offenses.
So 3rd and short, and they will go for it. And Ringland will hang on the ball and press and push, but it's going to be close.
Actually, I think it was number 15, Eric Dupont, in at quarterback for that one. So maybe he's the short yardage quarterback. So minute 30 left in the quarter here. We've had 2 touchdowns on one for each side and 1 turnover.
It is a first down. So from the 45-yard line, Oak Park will continue to move the ball. Ringland drops back to pass, and in the middle, and through the hands of his intended receiver.
Chris Alexander on the intended receiver on that one. Good thing for Vince Massey defense that the ball was dropped, because he was in a good position to catch that pass and possibly get a first down.
Chris Alexander being Oak Park's student council president. So Ringland lines up at the center, 2nd and 10. And he will drop back to pass again, and he will throw it up. Looking for number 17, and it's caught on the play and tackled almost immediately. Caught by number 17, Ben Boyko.
Yeah, the touchdown in the, for Oak Park.
And we have an injury on the play.
Looks like Leland Brown, number 56 for Oak Park, is down. Big old lineman. Hopefully he'll be all right. So a little bit of a trivia question for you, Brian. Oak Park has produced 2 running backs that are currently in the CFL. Can you name them? I'll give you a tip.
I believe one of them
plays for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure one of them is currently playing for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Andrew Harris, correct?
Yes, correct.
And, need a hint?
You got me.
Plays for the Green Monsters. Actually, he's playing receiver for the Green Monsters right now, Saskatchewan.
All right.
Nick Dembski.
Well, and we know that they have a solid program out there, and you know, they're constantly developing their players, and you know, players come to Oak Park and expecting a tradition of solid football. And I was looking, their JV program had a good season this year, so they can expect a good future over the next few years.
Yeah, Chad McKay's come up from the JV program and is coaching this team this year, and head coach Stu Nixon, who's been an icon there for a number of years after Gail Bramwell retired. Stu took over and became the head coach there at Oak Park, and he's coaching the JV program this year. So, and congratulations to Stu Nixon at Oak Park. The JV team won the JV championship in the Winnipeg High School Football League.
So number 56 again, Leland Brown. Leland Brown is getting helped off the field, and so in the meantime, Oak Park continues to get ready to move the ball. They're on the 23-yard line of Vincent Massey, looking to score again. Rolls back, and he will be pursuit of the play, but finds some room to the right side and will hang on to the ball and move down on the field himself, and eventually tackled at about the 8-yard line. Nothing there for him to throw to, so he chooses to hang on to the ball, and then a good run gets down to about the 8-yard line. About a 15-yard gain.
Boy, he showed a lot of speed on that play.
Gets him at the 9-yard line, so maybe about a 14-yard gain. So that will be, or we are just going to have, this will be the final play of the first quarter. First and goal, and pitched out to Rivera, who looked to his left side and now cut towards the goal line and in for a touchdown.
Took out the referee on that one.
Yeah, we were waiting for a call from the ref, but got it from another one, and so therefore we now have 13-7, and Oak Park has scored 2 times in a row after being scored on first to take the lead for the CTV Bowl for 2017.
Right at the end of the quarter, too. A lot of team speed on Oak Park. Obviously, the quarterback and now the running back looks pretty quick out there. He's able to get out to the corner and beat all the Vikings to that edge.
Rivera sure showed some great speed there, so. Point after's up and is good, and that makes the score 14-7 at the end of the first quarter, pardon me, and we have Oak Park up 14-7.
So we played a little trivia earlier, Brian. I'm going to put you on the spot again. Can you name the Vincent Massey Brandon football player who had an NFL career with the Chicago Bears?
Oh, that would be Israel Adonijah.
That is right.
Everybody's got to know Israel Adonijah. Pride of Manitoba.
That's right. So these teams have produced some fairly well-known players that are playing in the CFL and who had played in the NFL.
You've got to believe that any CFL team would have loved to get Israel Adonijah playing for them. So kicking off for Oak Park as we change direction again is Presley Solar McKay. And it will come down at about the 35-yard line, fielded by number 44 from Vincent Massey, who will cut to his left side, find a little bit of blocking, fight for a little bit more, and actually break some tackles and gets up to about the 43, 44-yard line. Great job by number 44 from Vincent Massey.
Now, I don't have him on my roster here, so can't say his name.
Yeah, we have 2 different rosters here, and we don't have number 44, so we'll try to get that name for you. But a good run by number 44 from Vincent Massey. But Darian Steed continues to work at quarterback for Vincent Massey, and he will drop back and hand off to one of his favorite, number 12, but shoestring tackle brings him down maybe up to the original line of scrimmage, maybe another yard or so, but number 12, Jaden Engel.
Looked like number 10, Owen Gilbert, came up and made that shoestring tackle there for Oak Park.
Number 10, number 12, pardon me, from Jaden Engel is only in grade 10. He's already one of the team captains. So this time from the shotgun, right back, direct snap to Engel, and he will go up and flag on the play, but he will gain about 6-7 yards on it, and we'll see what the flag is. Came from the backfield, so got to assume there's a hold in there.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to be holding against Vincent Massey here. Really not a lot of penalties so far tonight. So well-played game so far.
So they're going to call holding on number 77, Eduardo Medina.
So 2nd and 20 here. So it's going to be hard to get 20 yards on one play here. So, maybe look for a screen here or a pass out of Vincent Massey. We haven't seen a whole lot of throwing on him so far.
Steed drops back to pass and blitzed on the play. Thrown upfield to his intended target, number 26 from Vincent Massey.
Zane Anderson. Yeah, they're running a screen there. So, smart play by Vincent Massey. It's just well read by Oak Park.
Good pressure on the play from number 14, Eric Rivera. We see he's playing both sides of the ball. We have him listed as a linebacker as well as a running back. This will force Vincent Massey to punt the ball as they are 3rd and 20.
First punt of the game.
Kickoff, and it will come down just on the Vincent Massey side of center, but it will roll up and be fielded at about the 42, 41-yard line by number 17 from Oak Park. And the ball comes out right at the end, and no whistle on the play, so it is a fumble. And it is a turnover to Vincent Massey, and they will take over from the Oak Park 25-yard line.
Benjamin Boyko on that return, and he's kind of hog-tiled and flipped back, and I guess they call that a fumble.
I guess the ball came out before he hit the ground. From us, it appeared like it came out when he hit the ground, but that will be a turnover, and Vincent Massey gets a chance with great field position to even this score. Steed under center, and you hand off to his favorite running back, number 26, who will push and drive all the way up to about the 8-yard line.
Anderson, nice run right up the gut. And of course, with the defense that Oak Park is running with the 5-down linemen, they're playing without a free safety back there. So there is, if the running back is able to get past the D-line and linebackers, there's a lot of room up the field.
So that will be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. 9:24 left in the 2nd quarter. And Steed will push, and they will continue to push, and all the way in, and we got to, oh no, they're calling just short. It looked close to being a touchdown, but just short of the goal line. Taken by number 19, Joel Hardy.
2nd down now, and 2nd and goal here.
And Steed will continue to work from right under center. And he will keep it himself and push up the middle, but there is no way he's getting in.
Nice job by the Oak Park D-line not to give up any ground there. Well, Brian, do you go for it or kick?
Well,
looks like they're going.
I think you want to make a statement in the championship game that you can compete and be with them. And although there's lots of time left, it wouldn't hurt to try the field goal, but why not? You're on the 1-yard line. If you lose the ball, you've pinned them deep. Let's give it a shot. Steed will be right under center. And you hand off this time, and pushing inside to the left side of the offensive line is number 26, Zane Anderson. Oh, pardon me, Joel Hardy.
Nice little run there off left tackle for Vincent Massey. I love, you can see on screen here, you'll see the big old lineman. No long sleeves, they're just wearing the short sleeves and taking on the temperature and blowing snot bubbles, making sure the team gets up there and scores.
Little Chris Walby in him. So the point after's up, and it is good. That makes the score 14-all. A great job by Vincent Massey to bring themselves back into the game. Good run by Joel Hardy. Good push by their offensive line to help make that happen.
Well, Brian, it could be whoever holds the ball last might win this game.
Yeah, we got a bit of a shootout going. Well, one thing's for sure, we did anticipate that both teams would be, working the run game, and we have definitely seen that.
Well, we've probably seen about 200 yards in offense so far just in this first half.
And most of it by far coming from the ground.
and 2 turnovers. And off of both turnovers, both teams have scored. So it could be a game where whoever makes the least amount of mistakes also wins.
So Vincent Massey will kick off, and a great kick. Fielded at about the 35-yard line, and cutting to his left side is again number 17, but making sure he hangs on to the ball this time.
Boyko.
Ben Boyko.
So 35-yard line, not a bad spot to start off from.
Good job of kicking so far by number 1 from Vincent Massey, Fernando Charo.
Hey, boo, Johnny! Johnny! Boo! Boo! Play the boo!
So 1st and 10. And Ringland will work from under center. Drops back and finding some room to the left side, number 14, Rivera. It will break a couple of tackles. And now he's got daylight, and there is only one person who could possibly stop him. Shakes off the tackle, and win to score is Rivera. What a great run play by Eric Rivera from Oak Park.
Wow. From the 35-yard line, nice 55, 70-yard run from Rivera.
Great blocking up front, and again a statement about how well both teams' offensive lines are controlling this game.
You know what I liked about the play is there was a nice quarterback fake. Actually, I thought the quarterback had it, was rolling out. So I think some of the defenders might have flown with the quarterback as well.
They bid on that too. So with that, very quickly, Oak Park takes over the lead 20-14, and with the point after, they now make it 21-14 with 7:28 left in the second quarter, and we have a great game, Greg.
It's a barn burner.
These games are a lot of fun to watch.
2 pretty evenly matched teams being able to score quite a bit of points in these conditions. Don't go anywhere, folks.
So we thank you for joining us on LRSDTV, and we hope that we have some folks back in Brandon joining us, and welcome. The LRSDTV student broadcast program from the Arts and Tech Center in Winnipeg.
We're not desperate yet.
Russell Solar McKay gets ready to kick off. And, you know, kind of like last night, you know, it's cool out there, but at least we don't have a heck of a wind that could really make things worse. So fielded on the play by number 12, Jaden Engel. Will find a bit of room out the middle and get up to about the 31-yard line.
Speaking about last night, we had 2 bowl games here at Investors Group Field. We were watching last night, West Kelowna win the WHSFL Bowl. And in our second game, we saw Daniel Mack Maroons capture the Curry Division, Curry Division Championship game. And the Centennial, the Canadiens Bowl, were winning this Centennial Championship trophy. So congratulations to both those teams.
Steve continues and will hand off, and cutting to the right side this time is Engel again, who will push and drive and get about 11, 12 yards on the play. Good patience from the Vincent Massey front to allow the blocking to materialize and make something happen for Jaden Engel, Greg.
Yeah, and you know, Charlie Ringland came up and made a nice tackle there. And again, we're similar to Oak Park. I mean, offense, I mean, Engel could have easily turned a corner there and scored a long touchdown too.
So Stade will hand off again, and this time we'll get maybe a yard or 2 on the play. Is number 26, Zane Anderson.
Looks like Dima, I'm going to say this name incorrectly, Lubashenko, came up and made a nice little tackle. I apologize for that if I mispronounce that.
So that will make it 2nd and about 8 from the 46-yard line of Vincent Massey. Stede is back, and Engel is back in the shotgun in a direct snap, and
this is quarterback keeper, basically. It's a read option. Quarterback reads defensive end and thought he had some room up between the guard and tackle there and took off, but the Oak Park defense was just able to flow and make a nice tackle there, forcing a third down and looks about a long 8.
In fact, a bit of a loss on the play, maybe even about a yard. So having to punt again is Fernando Charo.
You can see up on the screen here, there's a little bit of a cable hanging down. That's from TSN. That's their the camera that they're going to be putting in. So
punted away and going out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. They're going to put it at the 48 of Oak Park, so they'll take over from their own 48-yard line. 5:17 left in the second quarter.
So this coming Sunday, we have the Winnipeg Blue Bombers hosting the Edmonton Eskimos semi-final in the West here. So currently, there's the field production is getting ready. So TSN is running some cables, and I don't know if fans at home can hear it on TV, but they're chipping away at some of the snow and ice from the stands here, getting ready for the game on Sunday. Of course, good luck to the home team, the Bombers.
Ryan drops back to pass, and he'll put it up and well out of reach of his intended receiver, number 18, Tyson Wood.
Tyson Wood was covered there. I saw maybe wasn't probably a good thing that ball was a little bit higher there, or else Vince Massey would have had a shot at maybe picking that off.
So 2nd and 10. Ringland under center with 2 backs behind him. He'll go fumble the snap, but make something happen, and he will go cut to his left side and pursued on the play and eventually pushed out of bounds by number 44 from Vincent Massey.
So good job by Vincent Massey defense to prevent Ringland from breaking contain there and possibly getting a first down. So I don't know if we, I don't think we've seen Oak Park punt yet, have we?
I don't believe we have. This should be their first punt. And again, Presley Solar McKay takes care of all the kicking for Oak Park. And a great kick from Presley Solar McKay is fielded at about the 32-yard line by Engel, who will cut down and follow the right side and eventually tripped up and lands at about the 51-yard line of Oak Park.
It's a great field position for Vincent Massey here with 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Lots of time to get another score on the board before the quarter is over.
21-14 for Oak Park. So, and coaches were right. I mean, their pregame interviews, they talked about their O-line being dominant. Both O-lines being key to the game here. So, coaches know the team's better than we do for sure.
Oh, somebody got pulled.
A little bit of early motion. Flags are raining down on the field here. See who they call a procedure here or outside against Oak Park.
The way the jump came, I'm thinking procedure. We're still waiting for the call from the ref, but they are marching the ball against Vincent Massey. So
legal procedure. Vincent Massey, 69, 5-yard penalty or beat the down.
So 1st and 15 for Vincent Massey.
Steed will hand off to, looks like Anderson. Hit pretty closely, and we'll gain about a couple of yards back, making it 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13.
Well, see on the replay here, number 15 for Oak Park coming up, and wham, nice low tackle by number 15, Eric Dupont.
And Anderson looked like he was feeling the effects of that one.
Yeah, Dupont was a hammer, not the nail on that play.
So 2nd and 12. Instead, we'll be back to pass this time, and he will look to his left eye and throw the ball up in the air, but right into the hands of the defensive back, number 21 from Oak Park, and it's intercepted and coming back the other way, and he will cross midfield and be tackled at about the 53-yard line, pardon me.
Ivan Magushi with the interception. Looks like the receiver and quarterback for Vincent Massey, looked like the receiver was doing an in or a hook, and the quarterback threw like he was running a corner. So a little bit of miscommunication on that pass route. And good hands by the DB there. And another turnover for Vincent Massey. That's their second turnover of the game here.
They're taking a shot right now.
So Oak Park will take over 1st and 10, and with 2:45 left in the second quarter, and Ringland will look down the middle and thrown up and almost incompleted, but tipped away by number 11 from Vincent Massey, Karanvir Gill.
Nice job by Gill just to put his mid up there and knock it down, and almost tipped it up, and he almost was able to make a play on that ball. Would have been back for back-to-back interceptions, Brian.
But a great defensive play to prevent what would have been a very long completion.
So 2nd down and 10 now for Oak Park.
Ringland under center, and he will pitch back to Rivera, who will find a gap on the left side, and he's got lots of room, pursued by Engel, but no stopping him as he goes into the end zone, and Oak Park will score again.
Well, great job by number 14, Eric Rivera, but I'll tell you what, it's the blockers who take credit for that one. There's beautiful blocking up front.
And good patience and good reading as he allowed that to materialize. And once he had daylight, there was nothing stopping him.
Yeah, he got outstanding speed.
The only person who had any kind of chance was Jaden Engel, and unfortunately just was not able to track him down.
So again, 2 touchdowns off turnovers for Oak Park here.
So it is now 27-14, and going after is good.
Wow, lots of scoring. Last night we had some really good scoring, and tonight it's a carryover. So great night of football here.
.27 left in the second quarter, and we've got 6 touchdowns already, Greg. Both teams have been able to move the ball fairly well. A couple of turnovers have hit the Vincent Massey Vikings pretty hard.
Yeah, that last interception and an earlier fumble were converted by Oak Park into touchdowns. So if I'm Coach Steves, I'm going to tell the boys not to put the ball in the ground or throw interceptions in the second half here. Hopefully they can cause some turnovers.
Presley Solar McKay will kick off, and he's been kicking very well. Comes down at about the 20 and fielded by Engel, who will go right up the middle.
Come on, Jade.
Knocked down and hit a few tacklers, and eventually brought down at about the 52-yard line. And that's where Vincent Massey will take over. They're giving him the 51.
It's going to be a tired kid after this game. Special teams, offense, defense.
He's been highly involved in the game so far.
He's what, grade 10, you said?
He's a grade 10 student. And one of the captains already.
Yeah, pretty impressive player.
Pitches out to number 12. Oh, fumbled on the play and almost lost the ball.
Good job by 34 there from Oak Park. Just Luke Lauren just kind of made a swipe at the ball there and caused it to pop out just briefly. But Engel was able to capture the ball again and continue on with the run play and get about 5-6 yards on that.
And I think one of the things that we've seen tonight so far, Greg, with both teams is that their running backs have been very patient in allowing the blocking to form and allow them to get some of these big runs that we've seen. So
yeah, it's one of the hardest things you can do is to teach a kid to be patient when they're running.
2nd and 5, and Engel will take the ball again and hops over a defender, but then right into the hands of another defender who will take him down, and it will be short of the first down, maybe a gain of a yard or 2. So that will make it 3rd and 3 or 4.
Looks like they're going to punt here with minute 48 left in the quarter. You know, Brian, this might not be a bad spot for fake. It's 3rd and 4.
The ball is on the 53-yard line of Oak Park. Oh, but it is blocked. I think he held onto the ball a little too long there, and it's blocked on the play, and Oak Park will take over from the 51, 52-yard line.
Fernando Choro was the punter there. It's almost like he looked up to see if anybody was coming and tried to kick, and by the time it was blocked. Now, I didn't catch the number of the person who blocked it, but good job by the Oak Park special teams. So
hopefully we'll see on the replay here, but if we have one.
Once again, there's another turnover against Vincent Massey. We'll see if Oak Park can convert on this one too.
England will hand off to Rivera, who will cut to his right, but not much room there, and pursued and tackled pretty quickly. So,
yeah, good job by the Vincent Massey defense there, just to flow to the ball. You know, one of the things that you know, with the limited roster and stuff like that for Vincent Massey, they got a lot of kids who probably, well, who are playing a little bit of both ways here. So I wonder if a little bit of fatigue is starting to kick in for these guys.
So that will make it basically back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. England under center. He will pitch back to who else? Rivera, who will try to find something up the middle. He's going to his left and then cut back up to the middle again, and not much there. Tackled on the play by number 11 from Vincent Massey. That would be Ranveer Gill again.
Yeah, nice job by Gill to come up and make the play there.
And a play that they really needed to happen to, you know, they didn't want to allow Oak Park to score again so close to the end of the quarter and already up by 2 touchdowns. Refs are conferencing about something. Not hearing exactly what it's about. We will continue playing, and so with 57 seconds left in the 2nd quarter, Presley Solar McKay's out to punt. And he will have a shorter punt this time. He'll come down at about the 25-yard line and bounce out of bounds at about the 20. And that's where Vincent Massey will take over with 50 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
You know, good coaching decision there to get your punter to punt it out of bounds. With England back there, he's had some nice returns on kickoff and punt returns. So really good that they decided to punt it out of bounds. So 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line for the Vikings. With 50 seconds left, Brian, there's still enough time for them to mark it downfield or march downfield to score, put some points on the board.
So just a heads up, folks, we are hoping to have an interview with one of the coaches from Oak Park just before the half, just as the half is over. So Engel throws the ball up and will throw it inside, but incomplete, just out of the reach of his intended receiver, number
87. Simon Brown. Nice ball by the quarterback there. Just a little bit on the inside. Needed to throw a little bit more to the outside shoulder of the receiver.
So it looks like they are having a few different looks at quarterback, Greg. And that was Engel throwing the ball.
Quarterback by committee. Everybody gets a shot. He had a lot of time to throw.
And he is back again. And he looked to hand off, but I don't think somebody was ready. And he will hang on to it and end up getting about 7-8 yards on the play. But it looked like he was intending to hand off to Zane Anderson, and he was not looking for it.
Yeah, so or maybe it was a draw play or something, Brian. But Engel, you know, broken play makes some positive out of it. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 2. At this point, looks like they're just going to let the clock run down as much as possible and maybe try to convert this into a 1st down and kill the clock.
Stead is under center.
trying to draw off the Oak Park defense.
And will push up and should actually get close to, if not have the first down. It is a first down. So Vincent Massey will keep the ball moving, and maybe with 12 seconds left, maybe they're going to throw it up and take a shot at the end zone. As we see wide receivers, 87 Simon Brown come out again, so I'm anticipating a Hail Mary type situation here. And angles back, and he will put the ball up in the air and intended for number 24, but through the hands of his intended receiver, and with no time left on the clock. That's how we will finish the first half of the CTV Bowl from Investors Group Field between the Vincent Massey Vikings from Brandon and Oak Park Raiders. Oak Park up 28-14. Been a great half of football so far. Now, folks, we are again hoping to head down and get an interview from one of the coaches from Oak Park. But in the meantime, you know, we thank you for joining us, and we're going to look at a few of the highlights. And if we can get one of those interviews, we'll let you know. We're headed down to field level for an interview with Coach Chad McKay from the Oak Park Raiders as they lead 28-14 after one half of football from Investors Group Field.
I'm sure everyone's interested in what you didn't like seeing coming out of that first half.
Well, we were giving their offense a little too much. Those are big guys running that ball. We got to tackle a little bit lower. That's what we need to do right now.
All right, and what do you plan on telling your players going into the second half? I'm sure everyone wants to know.
We got to stay focused. Defensively, we got to get them off the field, and that means what I just said. We got to tackle low. We got to wrap up. Offensively, we got to keep churning it out. That's what we're looking for.
All right, thank you very much. And now for some more information on the broadcast media program at ATC.
Broadcast media program here at ATC is an excellent and fun 8-credit program that gives the students the opportunity to be a part of the TV, radio, and media industry.
They're going to learn the basics of broadcast media. So they're going to be learning how to be on-air people, how to work a camera, be technical people behind the scenes, editing, special effects, graphics. We're going to show them how to do films, documentaries, news. There's so many aspects to broadcasting nowadays. It's just not as simple as I'm going to be a cameraman at a news station. They can do so much more. So we're going to teach a lot of different aspects of this industry.
Students work on state-of-the-art computers, audio equipment, professional cameras, and a fully mobile production studio. That studio travels from school to school broadcasting live events on the LRSD.TV online TV station.
The equipment we're using here at ATC is close to professional broadcast as we possibly can afford. Obviously some things are very expensive, so we can't afford buying all those things, but we're using professional cameras. We have a full-size switcher, which is very expensive, and we have a lot of equipment here, including a radio station that's using professional radio software, the same stuff you'd see at a radio station. We're trying to emulate industry as best we possibly can with what we have here, and I think it's really cool that students get to use these kind of toys at a high school level.
Students also get to work on LRSD-TV and LRSD radio. This will give students hands-on opportunities and real experiences that you would find on a professional job site.
We actually are creating a TV station here and a radio station for students to hone their skills. The best way to do it is continuing to do it hands-on. So one of the things that we do a lot of are sporting events for television, and we're going to be starting our radio program this year where students will actually be on the air and be able to be heard by family and friends on the internet.
It's because of opportunities like this that makes the students excited to be part of this program.
I would really say that this program has a lot to give. They teach you everything in every single detail, the theory part, the practical things, and also you get to meet a lot of new people over here. You get to make contacts, you get to know about the industry a lot. So it's a really good program if you're thinking about going in photography or videography things.
So much in this course that you just don't know before you take it. Like, you don't really know broadcasting is a job. Maybe you do, I don't know. I learned everything about post-production. The teacher is great, he has experience in the industry, and we use great equipment.
By the end of the program, the goal is to prepare students for a career in the broadcasting industry, or to move on to post-secondary education. Students can go on a 4-week work experience. Thanks to the experience they get here using professional equipment and broadcasting sporting events, students have the opportunity to get a job in the industry and find entry-level employment in the field as general operators, television assistants, camera operators, editors, and more.
Now I work for Dome Productions that works under TSN, and they do sports such as the Jets and the Bombers. So Mr. P gave out my name to TSN and got me the job for the Bombers, and I did Parab. So they liked me, and I ended up getting another job with the Jets. So I do the score bug for them.
You want to join this exciting program? Go to our website or call us at 204-237-8951.
Hello, I'm here with Mike Stees, coach of the Vincent Massey Vikings, and what are some things that you didn't like seeing coming out of that first half?
You know, early on, I think the cold affected us. We missed a few tackles early on, and otherwise, I've liked what we've seen. We played really well. They're a great team, and it's been a really good battle so far.
All right, and what are some things that you sort of gave advice to your players about over the halftime so far to sort of get them ready for the second half?
You know, for us, it's been a strange season. If you would have told us in August we were in the championship game, going into the second half, down by 2 touchdowns, I wouldn't have believed it. So it's a great opportunity. We're happy to be here, but I think we can win this. And I just said to those guys, you got to believe and we got to win the second half.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to send it back up to the control room with Brian Cameron and Greg Kiesman for more coverage of this Winnipeg High School Football League game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of the CTV Bowl from Investors Group Field in Winnipeg. And we thank you for joining LRSDTV's coverage of Winnipeg High School football action. This is the final, the championship game between the Vincent Massey Vikings and the Oak Park Raiders. And so far, we've had a great game. The Oak Park is up 28-14 over top of Vincent Massey, and we've seen a strong game from both sides so far, Greg.
Yeah, the difference between the two teams is not that much. Both depend on their running attacks, which is very effective. They both have very strong O-line play. The only difference really is the 3 turnovers that Vincent Massey had in the first half. They've had a punt block, they had an interception and a fumble that Oak Park has been able to convert into touchdowns. So 28-14, Vincent Massey was able to come out in the opening drive of the first half and march it down and score a touchdown. So I look for Vincent Massey to, if I'm Coach Steves, I'm going to tell the boys just no more turnovers and hopefully cause some turnovers and get some points back on the board and get back in the game.
So decision is made as to who's going to receive and who's going to kick off to start the second half. We'll see that in just a second.
So of course we're here tonight with very cold conditions, and it's obviously going to get colder as the night goes on. We have a second game following this one for the Winnipeg High School Football League Championship in the Anovitz Bowl. We're going to see the St. Paul's Crusaders versus the Dakota Lancers. So looking forward to that game shortly after this one.
We've been able to see the Dakota Lancers twice this year, and I've been able to see them. Greg has been able twice. Greg has seen them once as we've covered games this year, and Greg helped me on one game, and we were able to see them go. But it will be the first time we've seen St. Paul, and they've had a great season this year, so we're looking forward to a good game to finish the season, finish our coverage tonight. I do want to remind you, should you choosing to join us, that you will have to click out and come back to the feed from LRSD.TV to check out that. And we encourage you to do so, as it will be an exciting game to finish our season this year. So Fernando Choro kicks off, and the ball will come down at about the 20 and be fielded on the play by number 17, Ben Boyko, who we've seen several times include scoring a touchdown. And Oak Park will take over from above their 28-yard line.
So Vincent Massey's going to come out here and hope for a 2-and-out or cause a turnover and get back into this game.
Definitely looking for a tight defense, because I'm sure they've got to be thinking we cannot afford to let Oak Park score again, even though there's lots of time left in this game still.
And of course, it's only getting colder, and I just checked the temperature. It's minus 14. So with that wind chill, we're looking at in the minus 20s for sure.
Yeah, the wind has picked up just a little bit coming from our right to left now, so out of the south, but still it will affect the game. Pass out to the left side to complete to Ben Boyko, who will beat one defender and run up and eventually be tackled for a gain of about 13, 14 yards. So great run by Ben Boyko.
Yeah, yards after catch, right? Yak yards. So it wasn't a very long throw, but he's able to elude the first tackler and get positive yards upfield. So good job by Boyko.
So they will continue 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. And pitch out this time to Rivera, who will try to find something to the right side, break one tackle and come across and end up getting a gain of about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Well, he's so fast. You got to really contain him off the edge there, because he's got blazing speed.
and busting through an initial tackle from Angle. Actually had his mitts on him, but good job from Rivera to break that tackle and keep moving forward.
Just a simple pitch play, but I mean, they've scored twice on this against Vincent Massey, so I know Vincent Massey's going to have to contain that.
Ringland under center. He will drop, look the pass this time, and looking to his right, nothing there. So pursued on the play, and eventually brought down and ball thrown out of bounds, but big loss on the play. Tackled and covered on the play by number 34 from Vincent Massey, Cole Bahanas. Another grade 10 student on the Vincent Massey team, Greg.
Well, that was a great job by Vincent Massey. Good cover. I think the quarterback there was looking for Ben Boyko downfield, and he was double covered. So, you know, smart play by the quarterback. Just eat it and, you know, don't throw a turnover. Exactly what, you know, Vincent Massey would want him to do. So good job by the Oak Park quarterback not to throw an interception in.
So that will make it 3rd and 16. So Oak Park will punt the ball away. Good start on defense for Vincent Massey, even though they did have one big play against them. So Presley Solar McKay will fake and run to his left side, and he will find room to get the first down and more, and continues to run down, continues to find room in the front side, and eventually tracked it, pushed out of bounds by, it appears to be number 12, Jaden Engel again. Good speed on Engel to actually prevent that touchdown, but nice fake and nice play by Oak Park to continue this drive.
Well, I think it was just a heads-up play by the punter there. He just saw that the Vincent Massey player was taking an inside pattern instead of going outside the block. He went inside, and good heads-up play by it was Adema.
What did you do? He's down.
The punter was it Presley Solar McKay to get a huge gain. That's a huge play for Oak Park.
Presley Solar K is a grade 10 student also, so that looks good. A good sign for the Oak Park program is lots of young players playing today. And as I look down my list here, there's a lot of grade 11s and grade 10s in the game, Greg.
Yeah, and with the JV team winning a championship in the Winnipeg High School Football League JV League, future looks bright for Oak Park. So just having a timeout here with the injury on the sidelines.
So after a bit of a delay as Oak Park tends to their injury, they will continue and the march from about the 24-yard line of Vincent Massey, and Ringland's back to pass, and he will throw the ball up into the middle, towards the left side of the field, but his intended receiver, number 6, was behind the ball and not able to catch up to it.
Chris Alexander was the intended receiver there. Ball was thrown on a little bit on the inside there. Quarterback needed to throw it towards the corner more. But, you know, good to see the quarterback is spreading the ball around, not just looking for one specific receiver, but trying to spread it around.
So 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Boyko's on the right-hand side here.
Ringland pitches it up, and just in front of his intended receiver, number 15, Eric DuPont.
So just looking for the running back leaking out of the backfield there, and just a little bit too much air underneath that ball for the running back to get under it.
Just out of reach of DuPont. He actually had some room in front of him and could have made something happen there.
So it looks like 3rd and 10. They're going for it here, Brad.
3rd and 10. They're going to go for it. So Ringland lines up under center and gets his receivers in place. Back up, and he's going to look, and he's going to hang on to it and find some room as he runs to the right side, and there is nothing but end zone for him. Great run and great patience and great blocking for Charlie Ringland as he will give Oak Park another touchdown and put them up 34-14.
Smart play by the quarterback there, just to not force the ball into anybody or into coverage. Just take let his legs do the hard work, and obviously good enough for a score here.
Well, that's going to be tough for Vincent Massey to come up against. They're now down by 3 touchdowns. Pending the point after, there is now 34-14. Oh, they're going to go for 2, and Ringland's going to throw it up and complete. Oh, just not able to hang on to it is Eric DuPont.
In and out of the hands. Even if he would have caught that, I think the defender was pretty close by, so I don't know if he would have been able to score. So here's the replay of the Ringland run for the touchdown here. Smart play there. He had the ball on the inside and was obviously able to transfer it to the outside hand here, so that just in case somebody was coming up. Ball security is really important there, so you transfer it to the outside hand, making it a little harder for people to strip the ball out.
8:03 left in the third quarter of the CTV Bowl, and Oak Park is up 34-14. Looking to see if Vincent Massey can respond here. They got lots of time to do it, but I would think that they want to get some momentum and get something going right away.
So it looks like Eric Riviera is in to kick the kickoff.
And he, not a great kick, and it will come down to the 45-yard line and field it on the play almost right away. And not much of a gain, but still great field position taken on the play by number 17.
So it looks like Presley Solar McKay is not able to come back into the game to do the kickoff here.
Okay.
So first down for Vincent Massey here.
So they will start from their own 53-yard line, and it goes back, and he will throw the ball up, but incomplete, short of his intended receiver.
Second and 10 now for the Vikings.
He's back, and he will throw the ball. He will put up a floater and almost actually intercepted on the play. Charlie Ringland from Oak Park actually had the best chance of catching that one, but just outside of his reach, and threw up a prayer there, but not much for...
a little bit on the high side on that one. It went up so high, I think it came down with ice on it, Brian.
Yes, I think everything's going to be like that tonight, Greg. That will make it 3rd and 10, so Vincent Massey will be punting the ball. This time will not have a great kick, and it will actually be pushed out of bounds at about the 46. They're taking it all the way up to the 49-yard line.
Ooh, that's a net of about 5 yards here. Well, at some point, Vincent Massey is going to have to decide if they're just going to play 3-down football and try to get back in this game down 20 points.
Oak Park will take over. 6:57 left in the third quarter in the CTV Bowl of 2017 Winnipeg High School Football League action, and it appears that Vincent Massey is going to take a timeout.
I was just looking down at the Vincent Massey huddle here, and coaches talking to his players and making sure they've got the right number of players out there. And it's minus 14 out, and there's the coach with shorts on. So obviously doesn't feel the cold today. Or should I say that those are just hair pants?
Well, good for them to showing, if the kids are going to do it, then they're going to support their kids by showing they're going to do it too.
They do have a heater on the sidelines, though. There is heaters on both sidelines, so players are able to huddle up around that heater and try to keep somewhat warm.
Although we're not seeing that coach around the heater. Good on him to be out there like that and supporting his players. New England will hand off to Rivera, who will cut to his right and pursued and tackled pretty quickly and brought down for a gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Really good example of great balance by Rivera. I mean, he's able to make short, choppy steps and keep on his feet and keep his feet moving forward. So, because basically would have been hit right at the line of scrimmage there. And you'll see on the replay here, just had a little bit of contact there right at the line of scrimmage, and basically keep his feet and feet pumping and shoulders upfield, and made about 5 yards on that.
We do have a Vincent Massey injury on the play, and so we'll get a bit of a timeout going here. And in that meantime, like we'll just chat about what we think Vincent Massey's got to do to get back into this game again. And we've seen them. Clearly, they've got the capability to beat the Oak Park defensive line and move the ball, and it's just not getting it consistently done, Greg.
Yeah, I don't think it's an execution error. It's more about turning the ball over. That was a great opportunity for Oak Park to fake the field goal, or the punt. But really, that was just a contained guy going in, taking an inside path rather than trying to go outside and making sure the ball's punted. So just fundamentals, just making sure that they're doing the right thing. If Oak Park wants to turn the ball over, make them do it. Make them force them to turn the ball over rather than giving them an opportunity to make big plays.
So the injured player is off the field, so we'll continue. So that's now 2nd and 5, and Ringland will hand the ball again to Rivera, who will find some room up to the left and back towards the center again. We'll get across to about the 39-yard line of Vincent Massey. Flag after the play.
Rivera was pointing at a Brandon player, so I'm wondering if that's going to be against Brandon here.
A little unsportsmanlike conduct, given that the flag took place after the play was down.
After the play, unnecessary roughness, 34, Vincent Massey, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's a big penalty against Vincent Massey with 6:13 left in the third quarter. They really need to stop Oak Park and not put this game so far out of reach that it's going to be very difficult to climb back into it again. Lines up, and he will roll to his left and pursued on the play by Engel, but Engel just misses tackling him, and Ringland continues to find some room and gets down and close to the first down line yard marker. It's almost a full 10 yards on the play.
Yeah, England didn't take a great pursuit angle on the play. If he would have had a little bit more of a flatter pursuit angle, he probably would have had a better chance of making the tackle there.
It is a first down, so Oak Park continues to move the ball. So 1st and 10 from the Vincent Massey 15-yard line. Oak Park seems to really have their foot on the gas pedal. They're really continuing to move this ball and shove it right back at Vincent Massey, Craig.
Well, if they're able to score in this drive, it'll be like
complete outside to Ben Boyko to the left side, and then fumble on the play. The ball is out, and this just might be what Vincent Massey needs as they recover the ball at their own 20-yard line and prevents Oak Park from scoring again.
Now they have to do something with it. They have to convert this into points to get back in this game. Looks like number 26 there with the recovery. Zane Anderson. We've said his name a few times tonight.
Yeah, he plays both sides of the ball.
So I'm just looking at Vincent Massey here, and I see that Jaden Engel is on the sidelines here, so maybe giving him a bit of a break here.
So they will hand offside to Anderson, who will take up and get the first down and more, and we'll bring it up to about the 32-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and it is. Move the chains. Gotta love those Hoggies. Look at 65 and 69 out there, the big offensive tackles. No shirts, Bears arms ready to play some smash mouth football here.
And clearly Vincent Massey should continue to go with what's working for them. Dead under center, and he will hand off inside to, again, Anderson, who will find a bit of a room and end up getting about 5 yards on the play. Good initial contact, but good job for Anderson to break through and make about 5 yards on the play when he could have been stopped pretty quickly.
This is key here. This is Ringland, who's getting up slow from that tackle.
Yeah, Charlie Ringland is clearly something has happened, and in fact, he's going to take a knee, so we have a timeout on the field, folks.
That could be huge for Oak Park. He's a quarterback right now,
and has played well this game. Although he's coming off under his own power, he still has a bit of a limp.
Might have got his foot stepped on or kicked or something along those lines.
Just needs to walk it off.
Yeah, with these cold temperatures, everything kind of hurts a little bit more. So he's walking away from the trainer, so he's probably just going to walk it off and be all right.
So handoff and cutting to his right side, and Anderson is covered pretty quickly and will be well short of the first down. Appears to be tackled on the play by number 53 from Oak Park.
Yeah, number 53 made a nice tackle. Matt Frost coming across and wrapping Anderson up.
And another young player, only grade 11 student from Oak Park. So again, things looking very positive for Oak Park.
Not exactly what Vincent Massey needed here. They got third down and probably a long, well, just 6 yard difference here. So it's hard to go for this. So Vincent Massey's lining up for a punt here.
So though a turnover, unfortunately for Vincent Massey, they weren't able to keep it going, so they will punt the ball away, and that brings out Fernando Charo. Ball kicks down and fielded at about the 45-yard line. Boyko covered, but he won't get much.
Good cover by the Viking punt cover team.
So Oak Park will take over for another offense at their own 45-yard line.
So Charlie Ringland is not coming on the field right now, and he might have to be off for 3 plays. So this would be play number 3 here.
Although he is standing.
Yeah.
We'll see who is in at quarterback then.
Looks like 3.
It appears that, in fact, Thomas Hubbard, who we had thought would be the starting quarterback today, is in. So he will hand off to Rivera, who is caught and brought down almost right away. It looks like for a bit of a loss. Again, another young player for Oak Park is Thomas Hubbard. It's only in grade 10, listed as being, for us, as being only in grade 10.
Yeah, talking with some of the Oak Park fans, they're quite enamored with number 3 there, Hubbard.
And there's a
lot of potential there.
Looking forward to the future with him. But on that note, Ringland comes back in again. He's having sat out his 3 plays. He looks no worse for wear, so maybe a bit of a cramp. So he's going to look back to pass, and there's nothing there, so he will cut and look to his right side. Pursued on the play, but breaks a tackle. Continues to move out the field and eventually pushed out of bounds at about the 53-yard line. A gain of about 7 on the play.
Good effort by number 11, Gill from the Vikings. But again, once, one of the things as a defensive coordinator, you want to make sure that your guys are taking a correct angle. And once again, it's just one of those players that, if he takes a better angle, he's going to make that play and not give up the 6 or 7 yards that Ringland was able to earn there.
So that makes it 3rd and 3. And you have to believe that Vincent Massey is going to be wary of a possible big punt again. High snap, but fielded easy by McKay. Put it up in the air, and it will bounce down at about the 34-yard line. Fielded at about the 30. And a gain of about 3 or 4 yards after the return taken by number 24 from Vincent Massey.
Again, Brian, one of these games, very few flags are thrown today. A well-executed game. Really good players out here putting it all on the line tonight. So overall, pretty decently played game.
So fielded there by number 24, Sam Steves, again one of the team captains from Vincent Massey. So just before they were about to get started, whistle's blown, flag blown dead by the referees, and so we'll see what the call is. They don't see any flags.
Eric Riviera was coming on the field late.
Timeout taken
when the
by
referees
the
put up their arms, basically the gates are up. That means that no more players can come on. He actually came on the field really late there, so there was a jeopardy of taking a flag there. So smart play by the Oak Park coaches there to call timeout rather than risk a penalty.
1:16 left in the third quarter. Timeout, so we'll wait for that timeout. In the meantime, Vince Massey will take over from their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10, and try to make something happen before this quarter is over and get themselves a little closer and back into the game. They got some work ahead of them.
Notice for Vincent Massey, Jaden Ingles coming back in the game.
That young man's played his heart out tonight. Pitch back, and actually Engel will look to pass, but it's intercepted by number 21, Ivan Mugisha.
Engel was hit while he was trying to throw there, so I don't think he got all that he wanted to into that pass. So once again, a turnover by the Vikings puts Oak Park in a situation where they have an opportunity to score some points.
A little razzle-dazzle in the play, but unfortunately didn't work and ends up in a turnover. So Oak Park will take over from the 29-yard line of Vincent Massey, up 34-14.
It's fourth turnover by Vincent Massey.
Ringland's back in the game, and we'll throw it out to the right side to Ringland, who's got a bit of room and will eventually be pushed out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. They're going to give it to the 19. Boyko, pardon me.
Well, definitely Boyko's the #1 receiver for this offense tonight. He's had a very good game catching the ball.
So close enough to ask for a measurement, so we're waiting for that to take place. And Vincent Massey's getting themselves ready to hopefully stop the, Oak Park from scoring again. Oak Park continues to have their foot on the gas. They're going full throttle right to the end, it appears.
Yeah, there's just so much more experience on the Oak Park side. Coaches and everyone else, they've been in these big games before, and I think for Vincent Massey, it's a tough one for them. Tough one for them to walk into a stadium like this and play the Oak Park Raiders, and yeah, I mean, a good effort and everything else. I mean, the game's not over, but with Oak Park in the scoring position here, it makes it a little tough for Vincent Massey to come back and get into this game.
Looking at number 34 from Vincent Massey, who will quickly pull his teammates in and try to rev them up a little bit. And that's Cole Bahanis. Get these guys a little jacked up and say, we're not out of this. The game's not over yet, guys. Let's keep going. England goes back, and he will look to his left side. Nothing there, and he will run to his left. And will throw the ball up. Complete to his intended receiver, number 8, who will go in and touchdown. Pardon me, number 6 from Oak Park, Chris Alexander. So Oak Park will now be up 40-14 with 23 seconds left in the third quarter, and they've staked themselves quite a lead, and it's going to be very difficult now for Vincent Massey to get back into the game again. So pending the point after. So it's getting really tough, Greg, for Vincent Massey to get themselves back into this game again. And You know, if anything else, one thing we'll say now on Oak Park, I mean, they have played very well. They've deserved to have the lead so far, and you know, after that tough season record, to have them finish like this is you know, it's got to be something that they'll get pretty excited about and look forward to next year now. Yeah, I mean, you know, for anybody who's in grade 12 on this Oak Park team, it's always nice to go out as your last high school game a winner, champion in the CTV Bowl. But the future looks bright for Oak Park. They you know, if this team is able to pull through, and it looks like they will with 41-14 score, pull through and win this game, and next year there's a lot of young kids coming up from the JV team that will also join the Raiders older group. So future looks pretty bright for Oak Park for next year. So Presley Solar McKay is out to kick off again. And I got to believe with a 27-point lead that we won't see any more fakes from him, but you never know. I mean, Oak Park has had their foot on the gas all game so far. Fielded on the play and looking to cut up toward the left side of the field. And eventually tackled on the play by number 44 for Vincent Massey here. That's actually Braden Kincaid. We found out at halftime there that he's on our roster, he's number 43, but down on the game field, he's number 44, and it's Braden Kincaid. So they will take over 1st and 10 from their 37-yard line. And you know, we say this again, and looking to make something happen and get themselves back into this game and make a bit of a statement themselves. And this will be the last play of the third quarter. Cutting to the ref with flag down on the play, and Anderson is tackled pretty quickly. But we'll wait to see what the flag left, so we'll still have one more play left this quarter. Yeah, we'll see what the refs saw here. Offside against Oak Park. And I'm thinking Vincent Massey's probably going to take this one. Make it 1st and 5. So they'll make it 1st and 5 from the 42-yard line. Still in the third quarter, as we can't finish on a penalty, so no time on the clock. Back and will throw to his left side, but through the hands of his intended receiver, Anderson, and that's how we will finish the third quarter on an incomplete pass. And Steed had a nice throw there, just in and out of the hands. Probably Anderson was wanting to turn upfield faster than he wanted to catch it. So, and he's pretty frustrated with himself as I see him walking back towards the huddle again. And you know, I think he believes he should have had that ball too. Yeah, you know, it's just, I think Vincent Massey's team, this is the first game we've seen them play together and on LRSDTV, and I think they're a team that's kind of designed to be methodical, lots of running. They're not going to score from all over the field. So with this lead, it makes it a little tough for this offense to be able to come up and put 2-3 scores on the board real quick here. So 2nd and 5, pardon me, and handoff inside to number 19, Joel Hardy from Vincent Massey. Will get about 3-4 yards on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2. And I'm thinking Vincent Massey's going to have 3-down football for the rest of this game. Yeah, and if I'm the Oak Park coach, I'm just going to tell the defense to focus on fundamentals. Make sure nobody gets in behind you. Keep everything in front of you. You know, give up a couple yards, but don't give up a big play here. So they'll push it upside, and we'll get enough for the first down and a little bit more. So a gain of about 6 yards on the play. And, you know, from an Oak Park perspective, if you want to run for 3 yards at a pop, that's going to kill the clock, and we're going to eventually win the game. So, like I said, just from an Oak Park perspective, don't give up any big plays. Keep everything in front of you, and you're going to be the CTV Bowl champions. So we just went under 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So we got 11 minutes left in the CTV Bowl for 2017. And Steve will hand off and cutting to his right side. This time it appears to be Anderson. Nope, pardon me, it is not.
Number 23.
Carter LeBlanc. I haven't called his name often today.
It's a running back by committee here, so everybody gets a shot at carrying the ball, which is good to see.
Good run on the play, almost 9 yards, so that will make it 2nd and 1.
Nice little counter move or counter play, pulling the lineman.
So Steve will keep it himself and push up the middle and get the first down and more, and continues to push and ends up getting about 6-7 yards. First down, Vincent Massey, and getting back to those things that have been working to them, and if they can continue to do this, at least they can chip away at that lead a bit and make a statement before the game's over.
Yeah, make it respectable, put some points on the board. They haven't scored anything in the second half here, so that offense wants those big old linemen. They want to keep moving, right? They want to keep pushing.
He pitches back, and no room this time for LeBlanc. And
Owen Gilbert came up and made the play for a tackle for a loss. Nice little job by the Oak Park defender. Up and
so that was actually a loss of 3 yards on the play, making it 2nd and 13 from the Oak Park 45-yard line. Back to pass, and he will look to his left line and throw the ball up, looking for his intended receiver, number 21. And tipped up in the air and almost intercepted on the play.
Tipped, juggled, and dropped.
Intending for number 87, Simon Brown.
Nice that he could throw it all the way out there, but just too much time on the ball. Gives the DB a little bit too much time to recover and make the play. Ball's got to be thrown either a little more on a straight line or a little bit earlier.
So 3rd and 13, as we said, Vincent Massey playing 3-down football. Go back and roll to his left side again, and this time throws it up again, but looking for the play, intercepted by Ringland. And tackled by the original intended receiver, number 24. Intended for Sam Steeves, one of the captains of the Vincent Massey Vikings, and unfortunately for Vincent Massey, they will turn the ball over. And Oak Park will take over from their own 29-yard line with 8:35 left in the fourth quarter.
It's a 5th turnover for Vincent Massey.
And as you said, Greg, just floating those balls up in the air, unfortunately, have not helped, given Oak Park Raider defense plenty of time to get underneath them.
Well, Coach Steve's having a little huddle with everybody, all the players from team there, and obviously talking about playing for pride right now and making sure that they play hard. They got some of these players, it's 8 minutes and 35 seconds left of their high school career, so give it their best, right? Pretend the score clock says 0-0 and go out there and play 8 minutes of fantastic football.
Yeah, you definitely want to finish, making sure that you've left it on the field, and even if when you're down like this, you give it all right to the end, especially if this is your last game. And even if this might be your last chance at the IGF, of course, and that's important to kids. You want to have a good experience here.
Yeah, I'm hoping that some of these kids will move on. There's provincial programs that they could play. There's the Winnipeg Rifles and other junior teams from across Western Canada that teams could go to, and of course the local university program, U of M Bisons, that has quite a few players that have come through from Brandon University. Obviously, the most famous one is Israel Donajay, who's a graduate of Vincent Massey and went on to play for the U of M Bisons and went on to star for the Chicago Bears in the NFL.
So on the last play up the center for DuPont, who gets about 6-7 yards on the play, so 2nd and about 10, and this time Ringland will throw it outside and looking for his intended receiver, Boyko, but over top of his head, so that will make it 3rd and 5.
Good job by the Oak Park coaches just to call some pass plays here and give an opportunity to get other players involved, share the ball around with other players and get everybody involved.
So 7 minutes and 58 seconds left in the CTV Bowl. And
one of the players I'm impressed with was Presley Solar McKay. I thought he's punted very well for this game and kicked very well.
He's been definitely a consistent kicker, and when we saw him earlier this year when they also played at IGFA, he had a good game kicking then also. Bit of a low snap, fielded, and a great kick away considering. Taking a number 12 in the center who will lateral it out. Taken and ran and but eventually tackled at about the 51-yard line.
Well defended by Owen Gilbert from Oak Park, and that was just a lateral Kate.
So Vincent Massey will take over from the Oak Park side of the foot of the stadium from the 53-yard line, 1st and 10, trying to make something happen with 7:28 left in the fourth quarter. Will roll out to his left and look down the field to throw the ball up, and again intercepted on the play by number 1 from Oak Park. Dima Luabashenko, and I apologize if I mispronounced your name, Dima, but great read on the play, and unfortunately for Vincent Massey, they will turn over the ball one more time and give the ball right back to Oak Park, who will take over from their own 39-yard line. 7:09 left in the fourth quarter, and good on Vincent Massey to try to make something happen there, but they've turned the ball over several times over the last couple of plays, Greg.
Yeah, it's frustrating for those players because they're trying to throw the ball and not very successfully here.
So Ringland will throw the ball up and is looking for Boyko, but ball's just short of him, and good throw by Ringland, trying to make something happen. So 6:46 left. 2nd and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Rolls back, and he will throw up the middle and complete. Good throw and get up to the 50-yard line, and Vincent Massey caught on the play by number 7 from Oak Park, Cameron Graham.
Nice job by Ringland finding his open receiver downfield. There is a flag down in the backfield. I think Vincent Massey is going to be called for roughing the passer here.
And they are moving the ball. Penalties already being assessed, and all the way down to the 35-yard line. So, 15-yard penalty. Oak Park will continue this series from the Vincent Massey 35-yard line. Up 41-14. And Hubbard is in the game and will hand off to number 24, who will look to find some room on the right side. Tristan Lawrence Richards will gain about 6 yards on the play, maybe 7.
Looks like Oak Park is putting in some of their younger players, give them some playing time. And
Hubbard will continue to stay in the game. Line up the center and hand off, and going right up the middle, and not much there, but should get enough for the first down, actually. Number 15, Eric DuPont. And that will give Oak Park another first down, and they will continue from the 23-yard line of Vincent Massey. Burning up that clock, which not giving the ball back to Vincent Massey, making it tough for them to score again. So Hubbard looks back, and this time he will throw it inside, but tipped up on the play by number 44, Braden Kincaid.
Nice job by Kincaid to drop back and get a mid on that.
No, they may be not, out of the reach of this game now, Greg, but these guys are not, the Vincent Massey boys are not giving up.
No, they're not. I mean, it's high school football. It's played to the whistle all the time, so they're playing with a lot of pride right now.
Here's if Hubbard will finish this game as he goes back and he will throw to his left side to Boyko. He caught on the play and he will turn around, throw it inside, a touchdown. Emphasis on that touchdown, and that will make the score now 47-14 for Oak Park. With 4:23 left in the fourth quarter, so still time to do something. And Oak Park will just go for the single point this time.
Nice job by Boyko to fight for that ball and use his body to shield the DB from being able to knock it down or catch it.
So this time, Boyko will take the ball and will look to try to score 2 points, but will be pushed out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I think he bobbled the snap just slightly there, so smart play just to try to make something out of that.
Throw the timing off just enough, then not going to happen, so might as well try to make something happen. So thanks again, folks, for joining us for the CTV Bowl on LRSDTV, and I want to remind you again that we will have one more game starting at 7:30 from IGF. That will be St. Paul's versus Dakota. At the end of this game, we hope to be able to catch up with the coach of the winning team, the Oak Park Raiders, and get his comments on the game, and then we will cover the presentation of the trophies, and we will have a few highlights for you. So don't go right away. At the end of the game, we still have with you a bit for you to see. Fielded at about the 23-yard line is Kincaid, who will cut to his left side and try to find some room, and pushed out of bounds at about the 38, 39-yard line.
Well, we'll see what Brandon comes out with here.
So they will start at their 39-yard line with 4:17 left in the fourth quarter. Pitch back and looking to throw downfield his angle, and he will, and just underneath, at the feet of his intended receiver, Anderson. They tried that play a couple times, and Anderson was actually open, but just unfortunately thrown at his feet.
Yeah, I mean, Vincent Massey has to try something here to get back in the game or move the ball. And you know what? Hey, congratulations to Oak Park for coming up with a very strong defensive effort and basically pitching a shutout here in the second half so far.
And although we have 3.5 minutes left, plenty of time to do something, it's going to be, we're seeing that Oak Park continues to play a very strong defense as the handoff goes inside for a gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards. Run on the play by number 23, Carter LeBlanc. A 2-yard pickup, and that will make it 3rd and 9.
Looks like they're going to be kicking here.
So yes, their punter, number 1, Fernando Choro, comes out again, and they will be punting, I guess. Understanding that it's going to be difficult to get back in this game, and 3-down football no longer makes sense. Punting the ball away. Fielded at about the 50-yard, but right through the hands, and unfortunately no yards. And but right through the hands of the returner from Oak Park. But 5 more yards will be tacked onto that. Maybe even 15 because it was in the air. Yeah.
No yards called against the Vikings.
Vincent Massey, number 12, 15 yards from the penalty, first down.
So that will bring the ball all the way down to the 39-yard line of Vincent Massey. We are at 2:42 left in the fourth quarter. And Oak Park will take over, up 47-14, and have had a great second half. No, I don't know if we could say we expected this given the first half of the game, Greg. But
yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit more back and forth, but I guess with 6 turnovers, Vincent Massey, hard to recover. I don't care if you're a CIS team or a pro football team, having 6 turnovers versus 1, usually you don't win that game.
So Hubbard will back, and he will look to throw to his left, but over top of his intended receiver, Eric Dupont. So that will make it 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10 for the Raiders here. Of course, with a lot of incomplete passes, that means the clock stops too.
Yes, of course.
Takes a little longer to run this timeout.
Yep. Hubbard works under center, and he will hand off number 24, who will try to find something to the right, but there's nothing there. Carried by Tristan Lawrence Richards. That makes it 3rd and almost 10.
2:29 left in the game here.
2017 CTV Bowl between the Oak Park Raiders and Vincent Massey Vikings is almost done.
And once again, we'll have Yanovitz Bowl, which is the championship for the Winnipeg High School Football League, pitting St. Paul's Crusaders versus the Dakota Lancers coming up next.
Hubbard's back to pass, and he will look to the right side of the field and throws it up, but tipped up in the air by Angle, and we've said his name a lot today.
Yeah, he's had a really good game for the Vikings. Just again, I'm sure the players are frustrated because of the turnovers and giving up too many points off of that, but nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, Vince Massey came out and set a tone right away and played very well in the first half.
So that was actually a turnover on downs for Oak Park as they try to make a completion to keep the series going, but that gives Vincent Massey the ball back at their own 39-yard line with just over 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Dropping back to pass and rolling to his right side, looking downfield and throwing the ball up, but just through the intended receiver, number 24, Sam Steves.
I'll tell you what, number 2 there for Vincent Massey, Steve just took a hellacious hit after he threw the ball there. So,
and he's actually come off.
Number 1, Dima Lubashenko with the hit. Clean hit, everything was fine. It just actually looks like Steed's helmet lost a couple pads, so he's got to come out of the game now.
He's headed back in again. Looks like they managed to make it happen before it was over. There is a flag down on the play.
So I think they're calling delay a game here against Vincent Massey. So typically what, as a coach, what you tell players, if you have an equipment issue, take a knee, make sure that we have a replacement in for you. So Steve just basically came to the sidelines and adjusted a little bit of equipment here. So
now, typically at this time in the game, Greg, do they risk losing a timeout?
Well, I think they might lose it down here, but no, they're just marching off 5 yards here.
Actually marching 10.
That's a tough call for a ref to make because we're at the end of the game here and kids are just trying to get back into the game. So reload and play the next play.
First and 20 from the 29-yard line, and sacked on the play by number 10 from Oak Park. Again, further emphasizing how the great second half for Oak Park. And
Owen Gilbert with the sack.
Okay. So folks, as we're winding down here, we're hoping to get an interview with the winning coach of the Oak Park Raiders. That would be Chad McKay.
And of course we'll have the presentation.
Punted and through the hands of the returner, and Vincent Massey will recover and actually get the ball back for about the 38-yard line.
Right at their original line of scrimmage.
So maybe a minute and a half left in the game to maybe still have one more chance to get something on the scoreboard for, get something before this half is over.
Well, one thing I'm really impressed with from Oak Park is their overall team speed. From running back to quarterback. A couple of the plays there by their running back, number 14, Eric Rivera, basically just outran the Vincent Massey defense. So lots of team speed, lots of really good running backs.
Steed is back, and he will look down and throw it up in the air. And the best person to get a chance on that one was number 21, Ivan Mugisha from Oak Park. But as you said earlier, the thing about all these incomplete passes is it's really slowing down the pace of the game.
Yeah, every time it's an incomplete pass, the clock stops.
So 2nd and 10 from their 29-yard line, and back to pass again, rolling to his right side and looking downfield. Flag on the play. And intercepted. Looks like number 8, Charlie Ringland.
This is going to be holding against Vincent Massey,
which they will most likely decline. And Oak Park will take over from their own 44-yard line. And with 1:17 left in the 2017 CTV Bowl, Oak Park looks to win with a score of 47-14. And after that interception, I assume is just going to look to work this clock and end this one. So Ringland is back at quarterback. Timeout, Oak Park.
Looks like they're missing a player here, so they're going to call timeout. And number 56 is back in the game here for Oak Park. That was
Leland Brown.
Yeah, Leland Brown. He was left the game a little earlier with an injury, so good to see he's back.
Ran out a little stiffly, though. I don't know if he's fully recovered. Back to pass is Ringland, who will throw the ball up in the air and knocked away on the play. Good cover by number 80 from Vincent Massey.
Again, pass was intended for Boyko. You can see on the screen here lots of fans braving the cold weather here to sit in Canada Inns to watch some Winnipeg High School Football League action.
And pardon me, that was number 90, Carson Holland, who made that play. So 2nd and 10. They still have their foot on the gas with that pass, so 1:11 still left in the 4th quarter. Ringland's back to pass one more time, but this time he will be sacked on the play by Braden Kincaid.
Ringland looks a little shaken up on the play here. He's had a heck of a game.
He's had a great game.
Playing both offense, quarterback, and free safety on defense. So it looks like Oak Park is going to line up for a punt. This has been the longest 2 minutes in football history.
It's taken a little while as we are winding down with just now it goes under 1 minute left in the fourth quarter of the CTV Bowl, and lots of incompletions and lots of turnovers, so that has kept this clock almost blocked on the play, and falls at about the 54-yard line, and then fall in the play by number 34 from Vincent Massey. He covers the play with no yards. They're taken by Cole Bahanas. And so Vincent Massey will have one more shot. 40 seconds left.
Oak Park number 7, 5-yard penalty in front of the play, first down.
Again, I want to thank you for joining the LRSDTV broadcast of Winnipeg High School Football League action as we are finishing the third game that we've covered over the last 2 days. He rolls back and he'll roll to his left and complete to his receiver this time, and a gain of about 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Number 19 looks like caught the ball there.
Joel Hardy.
You know, I like that play out of Vince Massey, just a shorter passing game. I think that's a little bit more of their, should be a little bit more of their bread and butter, but.
So that will make it 2nd and 5. 20, just under, coming up to 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We're almost finished. Throwing downfield and putting it up in the air, but intercepted on the play by number 34 from Oak Park, who will start heading back towards the Vincent Massey side and eventually tackled it with the 44-yard line. Taken on the play by number 34 from Oak Park, and that is
Lauren.
We have 2 seconds left. So I want to congratulate then the Oak Park Raiders on winning the 2017 CTV Bowl. I know there's 2 seconds left in the game, but they will retain possession and they will likely just kill off the clock. So after this, again, we hope to get Coach McCabe for an interview with the winning team, and then we're going to have a few highlights to share with you, and then the trophy presentation, and that's how we'll finish our broadcast. And we thank you for joining us. I remind you again, as I say that we're looking forward to our final game over the last 2 days, and that is St. Paul's versus Dakota, again from IGF. Congratulations to Oak Park. And congratulations to Coach Mike Steves. And I know they had a tough game, but you worked hard to get here, and tough second half, but a good first half of the game, and we really thought that it was going to be a much closer game than what it ended up being, but did a good job with his team, and I think he's got a lot to look forward to, given we're looking at his roster and the number of grade 11s and grade 10s he's got playing for him. He's got a good couple years ahead of him.
Yeah, no, it's one of those situations where, if you ask the team at the beginning of the year, hey, do you guys want to be in a championship game? Of course. So goal achieved to make it there, just not on the right side of the scoreboard today. So congratulations to both teams, both coaching staffs, and of course parents and everyone else who's involved in making sure that kids are playing some great football here.
So we'll share with you a few highlights as the Oak Park Raiders and Vincent Massey shake hands to end this game, and then we'll have a presentation, and then we're hoping to catch up with Coach McKay.
will be the CTV Bowl's most valuable player and winner from the Oak Park Raiders, number 14, Eric Rivera. And now we will have the presentation of the CTV Bowl finalists, medal to the captains of the Vincent Massey Vikings. Would you please step up and